How's it going, guys? Blue-eyed biker here. As you can tell by the title of the video, I'm planning on doing a walk around and review of my bike, which is the 2016 Yamaha YZF R125 ABS model in matte grey. And I just pulled out of a car park actually, but I didn't record in there because there was learners, like learner cars. There was also a fair few people sitting in their cars waiting around, and I parked right in the middle, and I would have felt really awkward if I just sat there, stood up, got off my bike, walked around it, was waving my arms about and talking to myself, and I'm sure they would have thought I was a bit weird too. There's a bug on my visor. No, there isn't. I'm gonna try and find another car park. I've got one in mind, and I'm hoping it's going to be empty, but I have no idea. I don't know, I don't really want an empty one, but I want one where there's a decent amount of space around it. So I guess while I'm on the way, I could begin the review side of things. You might be thinking, how am I eligible to do a review when I'm on the 2016 bike? Well, I did have the 2015 model, which is very similar to this one, and I had that for about 5 or 6 months. So it's going to be a mixture of both. I mean, I've had this one for a week tomorrow. So yeah. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about the practicality of the bike. So by that I mean like fuel economy, price of it, things like that. And I will be honest, it is not one of the cheaper options of 125s. I think it's actually one of the most expensive. So obviously you've got to keep that in mind. However, I would probably say it is definitely one of the best. But yeah, it is one of the most expensive. I think the price I've always seen them for is about 4,450-ish. So basically $4,500. That is a lot for a 125, but you are getting a extremely nice looking and high quality motorcycle. So I can't fault the price. Second hand, they do retain the value relatively well. I mean, you could pick like a 3 or 4 year old one for what, $2,500 maybe. And one thing that I did notice when looking at second hand ones is they never seem to have a high mileage, so keep that in mind as well. I think a lot of people buy them while they only have the CBT, and then as soon as they do the full test they just sell them on, so they only have them for a short period of time. It's a bit odd considering they are a pricier one. You would surely just get, you know, a cheaper option, but yeah. Oh, I hate this junction so much. In other terms of practicality, I'm going to talk about the fuel economy. It is pretty good, to be fair. If you rode extremely economically, that's the word, you could get 250 miles to a full tank. Some people say different. I've heard people say that they get like 280 out of a full tank, but obviously it does partially depend on if you're riding it until it's empty, which isn't really the best thing for the bike. I think most people actually say like the best way to have it is keep the tank over a half full constantly, but I find that impossible. But yeah, the fuel economy, I mean, I usually get about 200 miles to a full tank. It's about 100 miles a gallon if you ride extremely economically. Cheeky. It's good for filtering. It's actually not bad for filtering. It hasn't got that big of a body to it as you might think. It looks massive, but and you can fit it in a lot of gaps. Way. Oh, is he moving over for me? Oh, cheers. What a legend. He moved right over for me. I haven't had that, like, ever. Sometimes people move over a little bit, but that was, nicest man ever. Anyway. The fuel economy is pretty good. I personally wouldn't knock it. And for general use, so I use it to commute to college, to work, to my girlfriends. For commuting, it is an amazing bike. It is because not only because it's so fuel efficient and things like that, but it is fun to ride as well. It's I mean, most bikes are fun to ride, but I mean, you could really say like I enjoyed riding into work today. It's a bit of a odd thing to be able to say, but you can say it. Hey, what exhaust have you got? Oh, nice. This, yeah. Yeah, picked it up last Wednesday.
I used to have one of them.
Yeah?
In 2012.
I do like these, they are nice.
Yeah,
Right, this is the car park I want to use. Could be better, could be worse. I don't even know where the entrance is, so this will do. So yeah, as I was saying, sorry I got a bit distracted with a lovely guy with a Yamaha YZF. So yeah, this is the walk around, this is the bike. I personally think that it looks smashing. It is a incredible looking 125. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Is that a bit light or no, it's a bit light. Yeah, so it's 16 model, ABS. I think they come with ABS stock now. So since 2015 or 2014, they've come with ABS stock. It's yeah, it's a wonderful bike. If you're thinking of getting one and you have the money, or if you're thinking of saving up for one, I would definitely recommend it. I'd probably say it's one of the best 125s on the market. Obviously you could get something cheaper, less sporty looking, like a Yamaha YBR, but it really comes down to what sort of person you are. But yeah, one thing I do think is different between the 2016 model and all the others, it's got to be, I'm hoping the camera can pick it up, you can see straight through to the front wheel from like this sort of angle, and I swear that this bit here used to go straight down, so it completely surrounded the engine, and then you had the extra bits on the outside. But I think it's changed, I'm not sure, but if it hasn't, it has, if it hasn't, it hasn't. So yeah, I was going to talk about the appearance, so we already have. That's what it looks like. This is completely stock as well. Not a single thing has been changed. You know, I still got the panniers, not panniers, what they're called, passenger pegs. Still got the original ugly ass tail. Hate it. Want to get a tail tidy again. Hasn't got any crash protectors. Probably get some of them again. Saying again because I did used to have a 2015 one. But yeah, they ride smooth. Servicing, first service is done at 600 miles. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be saying like all engine specs and everything like that, you know, like liquid cooled and all this shit. I don't know that stuff. If you want it, then look it up. Easy as that. It's a gorgeous bike. and I'm so happy I got another one. If I didn't get another one, I would have just cried. No, I wouldn't have felt complete without it. Yeah, I literally look at it and I see like the tiniest bit of dirt like that. I'm like, oh, I can't get rid of it, oh, I can't get rid of that. I think I might need a bit of water on that. Yeah. The black though, I've got to say, is really nice. I had it in the racing blue, and I prefer this. I had the blue one from new as well, but I've got to say I reckon I do prefer this one. I don't know if I'm happy or sad about it not having the gold forks, because it's got the upside down forks at the front, and on the blue and the red they're gold, and this one the silver, but then again everything on it is black, grey or silver, so yeah. But yeah, modifications you can do to it, you can do anything you want. You could take the mirrors off, get some bar mirrors. A lot of people, some people get the some GP mirrors, I can't remember what they're called, but there's some GP mirrors. Tank pad, you can get ones for in this bit as well if you want to prevent any scratches from your knees, but that's obviously only if you're worried about that. You get a tail tidy, chop that off, brings it right up here. It does look a lot nicer without it. You can take these off. I think you have to take the seat off and that off oh wait, no, it might need to be the seat for that, I don't know, you might have to take these bits off, I think that's it, to unscrew these. Alright mate, was that really needed? Alright. Yeah, you can take them off. It looks quite nice without them. I keep them on just because it's stock. Exhaust, you can change it to your heart's desire. There's 1,000,001 options. Well, I'm not saying 1,000,001, but there is. I've probably seen about 10 different ones. They all sound different. My personal favourite is the, Leo Vince Evo 2 GP style, I think. Same one that Ryan's Life Riding's got. However, it's only for the 08 to 12 models, so you can't get it on this. You probably could, I mean, people have fitted them before, but I wouldn't want to take the risk. Tempted to get an alarm for it, like a built-in one, because I have got one of the, that's what this is for. I haven't got it on me at the moment, but it's one of the disc brake locks, so you loop that through it, take it down, loop it around your handlebar and put it on there. But yeah, no, it's a lovely, lovely bike. If you're thinking of getting one, definitely recommend it. Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Would I recommend getting one? Hell yeah. For anything and every reason, any reason and every reason, I would recommend it. It's my old L plate. It's just a really nice bike. It's aggressive but comfortable. Like, the new seat seems to be more comfortable than the old one. Under the seat storage, I'll show you that actually. Oh, look at all that! Oh wait, there's nothing in it. Oh, you got a toolkit. Got all the essentials in that. It fits on top of your battery. Yeah, some people do, in fact, fit the alarm when they put it in here, but I don't know what I'll do. But yeah, that fits quite nicely on there. You have no storage, and this, there we go. This rear bit can come off, however you have to peel this bit off, and then it's got like a nut on it. You have to take that off, and then you can get it off, so it's not a practical area to put anything in. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about the bike, maintenance is one thing I'll talk about. You've got main areas of maintenance. Obviously you got your servicing, but I get that done by a garage. I can't be bothered, but I also wouldn't feel comfortable doing it myself. I haven't got any experience with the bike. But the chain lube and chain oil, when I picked up the first one, they actually told me to do the chain lube and engine oil how often was it? I think the engine, I think it was both of them, like try and do it like a few times a week, and I was like, okay, right, okay. So I bought some chain. Oh, I keep forgetting to put it in first. What's wrong with me? But yeah, I tried to do it as often as they said, and if I'm honest, I don't know how you could do it that often. Because you would have, if you were going to do that, you'd have to literally replace the oil. It wouldn't be topping it up or anything. It would be replacing it. But yeah, so I check the chain lube every a few days for the first couple of weeks, and the weather was lovely and everything, and it never seemed to change. So I left it as it was. But what I'd recommend doing is, if you ride in rain, try and clean your chain off the next day or whatever, or that evening. Clean your chain off, re-lube it, but I would recommend trying to lube it the day before, because quite often what happens is, if you lube it and then ride it the same day, or lube it and then ride it straight after, there'll be a lot of excess lube. I'm saying lube a lot. But yeah, there'll be a lot of excess lube sitting on your chain, and then as it goes around, when you get up to like 30-40 miles an hour, it will flicks up on the inside of your registration, and it is horrible stuff. It's like thick, oily shit. It's horrible. So I would recommend trying to do it the night before. Lets it soak in. Any excess stuff should hopefully drip off, and it makes less of a mess. You've also got the engine oil. That's a bit of a pain on this. The dipstick is in there, and it's at an angle, and there's fairing around it. It is horrible to get into, to say the least. So get a funnel if you want to do it, and I'd say just top it up every now and then. Well, I'm going to try and make, as I said in the first video I made, which is my first ride, I'm going to try and maintain this bike a lot better than the previous one. But I try and keep like a schedule almost, do it like once every 3 weeks or once every 2 weeks or something like that. But I'm going to see how it goes with this one. I mean, there was one time where I couldn't ride the bike for a week, so I kept it in my garage. And then as soon as I could, I got it out. It had a full tank of fuel, and it had just been sitting there for a week. And when I got back on it, it felt really vibraty, and I had no idea what was quite wrong with it. So I thought, you know what, let's put a bit of engine oil in it, and I did, and it fixed it. I don't know. I mean, the trouble is, every time I put my I do the dipstick thing, it always reads the same amount. It always reads full. Like, it always reads so there's enough in it. So I never seem to have a reason to put any in, so I just put a bit in every now and then. It's probably not the best way to do it. If anyone has any tips for this, please do tell me, because I want to maintain this bike properly. But it's going to sound really stupid, but I don't know how. Let's see if I can squeeze through. Made a bit of progress.